Welcome to Young and Finch, the podcast created by Korean millennials. In this week's topic, we're going to be answering some of the questions that women want to know about men but are too afraid to ask.
Hey guys, this is Andrew. There's a little bit of explicit content, so please be warned. With that said, enjoy this week's podcast.
All right, so for this week's episode, I thought we'd do something a little bit different. There's this, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been this trending list of questions that women want to know about men but are too afraid to ask. And I thought it'd be fun for us to take a look at these questions and see, have our take on them. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First question. What's the first thing about a woman that grabs your attention when you first meet her?
For me, I have pretty bad eyes, so I look at the aura of that person first. You know what I mean? Like that
Their
silhouette.
body temperature?
Yeah, their silhouette, body temperature. What am I, a fucking coronavirus camera, bro?
Are you a fart detector camera?
Okay, I look at their like, I guess their outline.
Their silhouette?
Yeah.
Okay,
Their
so their
silhouette,
body.
like their body, and also
Yeah.
their style, their clothes, what they're wearing, also their hairstyle.
Okay.
Is it long? Is it short? The whole package. And then, we got to look at the face, which is the most, I wouldn't say important, but I guess it's one of the most important physical attributes, I'd say.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Especially at the beginning, right?
Yeah. So for the face, definitely the eyes. And I don't know. I like to look at if they're also like kind of serious or if they're kind of laid back and smiling too.
Okay. Andrew, what about you?
Andrew?
I think the first thing that I look at is their face, obviously, and legs, but also how they dress. Right. I like really basic type of style, right? Like the whole leggings
Okay.
shirt or like skinny jeans shirt.
Yeah.
So if they look good in that, it's like a good indicator of, or it's a really good first impression. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what kind of personality a girl has based on how they look. However, if you were to,
Yeah.
show me a pretty girl, a really attractive girl versus not so attractive, obviously, you know the answer. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, jumping over me,
I need?
dirty. I'm down. The first thing I look at is if she can speak Chinese. Sorry. I would say the first thing I see, or the first thing that really grabs my attention, are their eyes. I think you can really tell a lot about like the energy that a woman has from her eyes. Also like eye contact, good body language, stuff like that. It's really important. The intensity. I think eyes are what initially really grabbed me. And then also lips, I think, are something that I look at a lot.
So you want double eyelid eyes? Or no?
Oh, that doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Double eyelid, single eyelid,
So
negative eyelid.
What about
that's okay.
like, Kylie Jenner lips? Or like fucking shrimp lips?
The thing is, like, I have no right to say because my lips are thin as fuck. If you look at me, like, my lips are like drawn in with pencils, So like, who am I to demand thick lips, right? But I think naturally, men gravitate towards women that have nice, soft, luscious lips.
Facts.
I'm down.
All right, next question. Do you notice perfume on a girl, and can scents turn you on?
Yes. I think scents can turn you on because scents can it could be used as memory and it could leave a lasting first impression.
Yeah.
So if a girl had really bad fart,
Nah, Andrew with the 방구 jokes.
If she had a really bad fart, okay, go on. What?
So if a girl had a really bad fart, will you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I'll fucking bottle that shit in a cap. It's like when you at a bar, like just hanging out with your friends, and then you notice like this fragrance that you're used to. That could be like from your girlfriend or your ex, whatever. Then you're gonna be like, oh shit, is my girlfriend here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
Andrew, what about you?
Yeah, so out of my five senses, I think smell is one of the weaker ones. So perfume, I don't think is
So you
that.
can't smell?
Yeah, so I can't really smell things off at a distance.
True.
I mean, the only way I could smell perfume is if I literally put my nose close to their skin where they put it on. But
Dude, that's so cap.
no, I swear.
That's
Unless
too.
no, it's because most of the time my nose is clogged for some reason. I think that's why. But yeah, I think unless the perfume is really strong, I can't smell it. Although
True.
I do obviously enjoy good perfumes. I put it on because I know girls like guys who smell, good. So I know it's like really important too. It's like one of the key factors of attraction. But to me personally, I don't think it's,
Yeah,
up there in terms of,
the deal breaker.
yeah, it's not so much a deal breaker for me. Unless they smell bad, but, most girls smell fine.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think you don't always. It's always a plus, but I feel like you don't always notice when a girl has perfume on, but like Andrew said, you'll always notice when they don't smell good, and not like not smell good, but like smell bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But onto to Brian's point, it's like, yeah, like I think there are many times where I recognize scents that I've experienced in the past, and like I can be walking down Eaton Center or something like that, and then a girl will walk by, then I'll get a whiff of like Chloe by Chloe or Daisy by Marc Jacobs, and I feel like those are like really common ones, but I'll get like a whiff of that, and I'll be like, it'll be like a flash of memory. I'll be like boom 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 boom, and then like it'll hit different, Cool. Next question. Are guys afraid of constantly getting boners at random times? If so, how do they cover it up?
Simple answer, no.
It's a no. You don't get spontaneous boners, especially when you're walking. Maybe when you're sitting or in a comfortable position. But
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, definitely not anymore. Used to happen a lot more. I think when I was younger, like in high school or in middle school. I think like Andrew said, it's like a lot of times when you're sitting down, the blood just kind of goes in different areas of your body, and then like when guys get boners, it's not always because we're thinking about something sexual. It'll happen randomly, and that does happen. But yeah, I would say definitely less so these days.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. I don't think I have much to add except that shit used to happen a lot when you were in, middle school and elementary school. And
Did you guys have any bad experiences with like getting a random boner?
yeah, especially right before you're about to go up in front of the class to present your speech, and then you got a boner, and then the anxiety starts to kick in.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna hide this shit? So then, you guys know that little trick where you, pop up the
waistband.
boner, put it in between your pants, tuck it, put your shirt on top of it.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys know that?
Yeah, of course.
But the hard part was getting your boner in between the pants.
I think the hard part was your boner.
Next question.
All right, next question.
Wait, I wonder, do you think girls knew what boners were back in the days? Like your elementary school? Like,
Oh, for sure. I don't think they knew that it was a penis, but they knew that guys got hard, whatever that meant.
interesting. I wonder what, girls have to say about that.
Yeah, maybe we can get a fellow female on the podcast one day.
DM us if you're interested.
We don't need to do it face to face. We could do it over Zoom or whatever. Anyway, that's for another topic for another day.
The next question is, women want to know, what does getting hit in the balls really feel like?
I think it's kind of hard to explain because, first of all, girls don't have balls,
So they have they don't know what it feels like.
right? So if you ask guys, if girls ask guys how, cramps feel, right?
So girls are asking guys.
Yeah. It's like the same thing. I don't think guys would understand how cramps feel. So it's like it hurts when you get hit in the balls, but I don't think it's really describable. I think just guys know.
No, it's like a cramping feeling.
Yeah, I think it's a different level of cramps though, right?
It feels like an electrical shock that spreads under your belly button all the way down to your balls.
Yeah.
Like a
And it's
zap, like
yeah.
electricity. Yeah.
It's like a bruising pain that starts from your private area, and then it like slowly like expands towards like your kind of groin area, your lower belly, and it's just like this like pulsating kind of like bruising pain that lasts
Yeah.
for like a long time,
Yeah, for sure.
and then like a bit of nausea as well.
It hurts every time you walk.
Take a breather.
Yeah. You definitely need a minute to just like chill out for a bit.
Do you guys have any bad like hit in the ball stories?
Yeah, I mean, it was weird, but like girls in my like middle school and like high school and stuff, they would just kick like girls. I don't know if it was like the hormones, like they would just like kick guys in the balls for like no reason, and they would like laugh and run away. I was like, it's kind
Damn.
of fucked up. Yeah,
Sounds
like,
fucking savage.
yeah, and I got kicked in the balls too, and I'm just like I didn't even do anything, and I was just like
Like, from
on the
the
ground
back
for
or
all
from
of
the front?
recess. Oh, always from the front.
You ever have like that reflexes when like you get hit in the balls too much? Like every time they like, throw their hands at you, you just automatically like flinch and like cover your
Oh
balls.
yeah, immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian? Did you have any experience with guys punching each other in the balls? Sorry.
Yeah, I think in high school and elementary school, like I used to play soccer, and I guess it was like a fly ball, and I was playing defense, and the ball was coming to me like in the air, and like I let it bounce, and then I try to like control it after the bounce.
Yeah.
But then instead of using my feet, I kind of wanted to use my stomach, but then I kind of misangled that. Right
Dude.
in my balls, dude. And then the worst part is like there's like all these girls on the sidelines. I didn't want to embarrass myself. I just kind of like played it cool and like just played it. But man,
You're
that shit was
dying.
painful. Yeah, I was fucking dying.
That's so funny. Holy shit.
Yeah. How about you, Andrew?
Yeah, mine's like similar to Brian, where someone kicked it, and I was trying to like block it, and then when you, like, yeah, it just hits your balls when they kick it, because you're in front of the person.
The ball?
Yeah, you're just like trying to
Oh,
defend.
like they missed the ball and kicked you in the
Yeah,
balls.
no, you're just trying to defend the person coming at you, and then they just kick it, and it hits your balls.
And it just goes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I just like felt
Yeah,
right away. Like I couldn't react and like act like a tough guy, because like it was immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of getting hit in the balls comes from soccer because it's such a vulnerable sport, especially for balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No pun intended. All right, next question. What do you really think when women don't do our hair and makeup?
when guys don't do makeup,
No. These are all questions all coming from women, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think when we, the women, don't do our hair and
I
makeup?
see. Honestly, I don't really mind if they don't do makeup, unless it's like a big difference. You know those girls that have like
Yeah.
fake eyelashes and just pretty much cakes their face so that they look like really different.
ABG is getting triggered hard right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's girls that do look good in both, really heavy makeup and no makeup, right? But it just looks different. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about if they look, deceivingly good. Like, how there's a trend on TikTok where Chinese girls would put like fake nose bridges and like fake tapes on their chin.
It's like the before and after. Some of those are like fucking crazy.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if it's around that level, then I'd be like, that's kind of like, fucking with my trust issues.
Yeah.
Crazy catfish.
Yeah, I know most girls aren't like that, so.
I don't know if there's anything Andrew hates more than catfish is. Sorry.
Yeah. Not like the real catfish. You mean like the catfish.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the audience knows.
Brian, what about you? Does that matter
I
to you?
feel no, not at all. Like I understand that putting makeup can give you confidence. Like same with guys. If you put on a nice,
Makeup.
clothes. Like we feel confident, right, when we go outside.
Yeah.
But I feel really bad for the people that think that their value is tied to their makeup and how they look after they put on their makeup.
Yeah.
I feel so sad when girls are like, "Oh my god, like don't look at me, like I'm so ugly, like without my makeup and things like that." You know?
Yeah.
But that's facts. Sorry.
What
Yeah.
That's cold.
No, I'm just joking.
Like I think it's nice for them to look pretty. Like let's say if you're with your girlfriend and they want to look pretty, so they do put on a little makeup. But
yeah.
I think there's a big difference between doing that and putting makeup on just because you have low self-confidence or self-esteem, and you know you think that your value is only coming from your face.
No, I agree. I think the how women think guys care about makeup are more so how they care about presenting themselves. Does that make sense? It's like women are worried that guys would think they look different or they look ugly without makeup, but I think that is kind of like that's the stress that they have, but it's more so like self-inflicted. I don't think guys generally care as much. And again, like obviously I'm sure there are shallow guys that are like, ew, put on makeup. And you know,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie, like those kinds of guys exist. But I think generally, you know, like we're all human. And
Yeah.
you know, I think the baseline understanding is that makeup amplifies your features or amplifies your facial beauty or whatever, but at the end of the day, who you are without makeup is who you truly are, right?
Right.
All right. Wow, we're such good guys. How should
I like that. I think we should end it with like a little, corny joke before we move to the next question.
what about a horny joke? Sorry.
How about porn?
What?
What the? Okay,
Sorry.
next question,
I
guys.
ain't Dax.
So I guess this is kind of more of like an advice type question. How should women let men know if they are down to fuck or single and ready to mingle? I guess the question is like, how can they clearly communicate that they're open to something more casual? I think it's safe to say for guys, we're not always the sharpest creatures, and generally going with clearly communicating these things, like even if it's like too, in your opinion, like stupidly clear, like sometimes that's necessary because you know guys can be kind of slow with a lot of the I think like nuances with innuendo and like dropping hints and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think just being straightforward up front, maybe being like, "Oh, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just looking for something casual." Or maybe just start off slow or things like that. I think that can set the tone in how, the rest of the relationship is going to pan out. And then I think when you say that, there's a lot less pressure and low risk for the guy too. It's like, you guys can still go out, go on a date, have fun, hook up, things like that. But at the end of
No
the day,
pressure.
you're not committed to a relationship or anything like that.
Yeah. Andrew, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the problem with what Brian said is most girls. I think most girls have a hard time expressing that because, at one side they wanna just fuck around, but on the other, I think they have this mindset where they don't want to look cheap, right? Or like something that's disposable,
Like a hoe?
like a hoe. Yeah, pretty much. There's a saying where, if the key works. If the lock opens for all keys, it's a bad lock. But if the key opens any lock, it's a good key. So
Opens many locks.
exactly. So
It's a master key, bro.
I think from a girl's perspective, it looks bad from like just societal values. Where
100%.
if they kind of hoe around, they look down upon. But for guys, right? It's
Yeah.
if we get girls,
It's acceptable.
then it's kind of look up upon, right? So I think girls, if they want to just fuck around, like Brian said, they should be up straight or straight up. But I think it's gonna be difficult for them to do so. But like, how else will you do it, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think with, like Andrew said, with that added stigma of like, again, we don't agree with that stigma, like that societal stigma that, women shouldn't be okay with having casual relationships or like, just be down to fuck sometimes, right? Sometimes to break through that, you just need to be like stupid clear. Like, hey, down to fuck? Sorry.
I feel like girls are not as open about that though compared to guys. I feel like girls are less inclined to just have sex with like a random person.
Nah, bro.
I
I don't
mean,
know, man.
no, I mean there are girls that do that, but I think guys are certainly more open to just hooking up with whatever, whoever.
Yeah, that I agree.
Yeah, I think that's part of the issue. Yeah.
But no, I agree with Josh that we do have to do our part in making that equality and things like that too. It's like we can't, the guys can just hold around and be okay with it, and if girls do that, like we can't call them hoes and things like that too. You know?
Oh, 100%. Well, I think the thing is this. If a girl has casual relationships and, sleeps with a lot of guys, she's single. Just like a guy would be if he was single. But I think the moment you break any trust in relationships, any boundaries, that's when you're a hoe. And that goes for guys too. If a guy does that, he's a hoe.
He's a fuck boy. That's the word.
Oh shit. Here we go
Yeah.
again, boys.
Andrew, wrap us up.
Yeah, so let's not hoe, guys. Sorry.
Next question. In your guys' opinion, how much are guys into dominant women?
Oh, interesting.
That could be like a percentage cut, or that can be kind of like in terms of like as like a case by case basis.
It's very subjective though.
Yeah, it's 100% subjective. But
Yeah.
in your guys' general opinion, or like, are you guys interested in dominant women?
I mean, personally, I've never been with like a dominant woman.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to be with a dominant woman in bed,
Yeah.
but in a relationship, I don't know if I want to be like the less dominant one. But I would be inclined to try like being submissive and shit like that in bed though.
What about on a day to day though? Like, what about that is kind of makes you hesitant?
Like I like girls that are confident and that are able to make their own decision. But I feel like I still want to feel like,
The man in the relationship or whatever.
yeah, I'd say the man, but what does that even mean though? I guess. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's something about being a gentleman and being like the man of the relationship. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess being the man of the relationship, like taking care of your family and things like that too.
True. Okay. Andrew, what about you?
Yeah, I think for me, there's a difference between dominance and leading. So I don't think I would want a girl that's dominant. I'm just talking about in generalities, right? But like, I would. It's very nice to have someone that's leading, let's say a date, right?
Yeah.
For example, right? I think if you again go by the example of dating, the dominant one will be like, we're gonna do this kind of thing, and it kind of does what she
Yeah.
feels like she wants to do. But like someone that leads, I think, would kind of feel and take your input, and based on that, kind of cater towards both parties and do something that's fun for both persons, right?
But I think that's what that means. I think the word dominant just doesn't translate very well, I guess, in terms of how we're thinking about it. Because I guess when we think about like a more dominant woman, like in Western culture, we're thinking of someone that's like, like Brian said, like sexually, like a dominatrix. Someone who like overpowers men. But I think in this case, that can range from even being the more, the one that makes more of the decisions, or the one that's more proactive in the relationship or on dates and stuff like that.
The alpha woman.
Yeah, kind of like the alpha woman.
But it's not really like, I don't know. I think dominance is a very strong word,
It's a very strong word. Yeah.
right? I don't think I would like someone to make all the decisions for me.
Yeah.
Like for me, like personally, I don't really care about like where we go on dates, as long as just spending quality time, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm all for girls making all the decisions as long as they take my input into consideration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I mean by leading. Leadership sounds a lot more, positive.
Sexy.
Whereas, dominance, right? But like dominance is like the girl does whatever she wants.
Makes you look like a simp.
And
No, I think it might just be the
Exactly.
nuance of the word.
yeah, I mean, if you're saying like leadership and dominance is kind of like the same, then I guess yeah. But I don't know. I just don't really like the word dominant.
True. That's
It's
fair.
like the girl's like, fucking bend over, Andrew.
All right, yeah.
All right.
I think our
Let's-
ideas of dominance are kind of convoluted because when I read that, like I'm thinking of, I mean, just to kind of put it into general perspective, I think in general, an independent woman would be a dominant woman in Korean culture based on what I've seen and experienced because I think Koreans are more conservative. So someone who's a woman who's baseline independent, I think would be seen as dominant. And I think that could be threatening to Korean guys as like my general opinion for, if guys are into dominant women.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, when I hear dominance, that comes with confidence. And so I'm not hearing dominant in this like overpowering, suppressive kind of way. I'm hearing dominant as like a woman who knows what she wants, a woman who, if she wants to do this, she'll do this. But obviously baseline, there has to be respect. That's my understanding of dominance, right? Whether it's a guy or a woman, right? There needs to be respect. So,
Yeah.
And would I be into a woman who's dominant, a little more confident, a little more outspoken, a little more driven, a little more decisive? I don't think that'd be a bad thing. Obviously depends on the rest of it, but, I don't think I mind taking the back seat sometimes or like, not making all the decisions or not leading all the time. I think
Yeah.
that's okay.
I prefer that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it might just be the nuances of the word because dominant, like you said, it's a very heavy word, right?
Yeah, and I feel like, let's say the girl has something that they want to do, or like they, have something in their minds that doesn't really align with what you think. I feel like you'll get into a fight, because, guys are, I guess, has that guy's a guy, right? So usually guys are more dominant in their relationship. But
Yeah.
if you have a girl that's dominant as well, then it's kind of like clashing.
Right.
So I think, yeah, that's why I don't really like the word dominant.
I feel like if you're dating like those like dominant, like confident, like knows what they want kind of type of girls, then as a guy you have to know how to like reciprocate that and how to receive that too.
Of course.
It's like what Andrew just said. If you have two like type A personalities, then there's definitely going to be a clash. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting, I think, but there has to be some compromise on both sides for sure.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Faux show.
yeah, for sure.
Faux show.
And
Next question.
the next question.
Next question.
Do men care about women's weights? Like body weight?
I'll go first.
All right, Andrew, take the lead.
I think if you're in a committed relationship and, the girl is, worth staying for, worth sacrificing your time and money, I don't think weight is a big factor.
Okay.
Or rather, it's not a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, if you're meeting someone casually, hells yeah. Because it's like, if you're casual, then it's pretty, you're meeting on a shallow, mutual shallow level. So yeah, I think weight matters in that sense.
Yeah.
But again, I think it kind of goes for the girls as well. It might not be weight for guys, but it's like if they find something that they were into when they got committed into a casual relationship,
Yeah.
and then found something that they didn't like, I'm sure they'll do the same thing. They'll like, break it off, or like kind of just lose interest, right? So
'Cause casual things are more physical.
Yeah.
yeah, there's no commitment,
Yeah.
anyhow. So
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Brian, what about you?
For me, once again, this question is very subjective. So, but I prefer girls that do take care of their body, that work out, that eat healthy. So I guess as a result of that, the girl has to be somewhat in a, decent shape, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that could also change as I get older and when I have kids and things like that. But as of right now, I do want to be with someone who takes care of their body, who has, a nice ass or whatever, let's say.
Yeah.
So I think for me right now at this age, not necessarily weight, but do you take care of your body is much more, I guess, important question.
So then you're saying weight doesn't matter. How healthy the body is matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you?
I would say weight does matter. I think that goes both ways. Whether a woman is overweight or underweight, I think those are both, to me, equally concerning. And it goes back to kind of Brian's point. It's more of a health thing, right? And I'm not looking at the weight of women that are just walking by, but if this is my partner, if she's overweight or if she's underweight severely, like that's a huge concern for me. So in that case, yes, I'm going to say weight does matter and I do care about the weight. That being said, from a physical attraction standpoint, I agree. It's not about the weight. How do you look? How confident are you with your body? And if you're, a larger woman, but you're fucking killing it and you're very sexy, that's attractive. Likewise, if you're on the lighter side and you're still overflowing with confidence and you're killing your fits and stuff, like that's equally as attractive. So I don't think weight matters in the way that women think, for me at least, right?
Yeah.
But it does matter because it plays a lot with, health and stuff like that.
You should be taking care of your body in the first place anyways.
100%.
Yeah, I think both genders like a healthy,
Yeah.
fit type of body. It just looks good, and you feel good. So let's keep lifting, guys and girls.
There's a reason why healthier people are generally more confident and more successful and things like that,
Oh.
Yes, sir.
I'm
혹시
down.
fitness trainer이세요?
Huh? I'm down.
혹시 Brian Buffett Schwarzenegger? Sorry.
I'm down.
More like
And-
sushi buffet.
Next question. Do men like being called pet names in relationships?
Pet names?
No,
Yeah, like Brian, Oppa, or like
like Brian.
hi, Cookie Schmumpkin Poopy Pie.
Oh yeah, I love that. That's cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's fair.
cringe.
Like I think Brian likes it.
I like it because I like making nicknames for like just everybody. Like even you guys are like
What do you call me, bro?
you?
Like Joshy Poo?
Yeah, we have a nickname for Brian.
Yeah, it's like for you guys too, yeah.
It's it's like Brian.
Brian. Things like that. It's cute.
Hey Brian. Brian.
I'd be like, oh my munchkin.
What do you have to bring in?
You know?
Oh my god. Andrew, what about you?
Yeah, so for me, to be honest, I don't like it. I think I'm not really good with cringy things, and I find that cringy, right? I mean, to the extent of babe, maybe I
Yeah.
think it's okay, but anything further than that, it's just too much for me. So if I hear it, I kind of don't give any reactions because again, I don't really know how to react, right, to cringy type beat. I like aegyo.
Wait, what's aegyo for our non-Korean listeners?
It's like acting cute.
Yeah.
It's like a cute way of expressing yourself.
It's like a disgusting way of expressing yourself. I hate aegyo.
When girls act cute, but when they call me names, I'm like, hell nah.
So you just want them to call you Andrew?
No, it's like how Korean girls they call you like oppa.
Oh, so you like Oppa. To be honest, Oppa is kind of a pet name to me.
What? Nah.
Like when I see that, I'm like, that's kind of a pet name. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but what if you meet someone that's younger? What if they are younger than you and are Korean? They're gonna call you what? Oppa. They're not gonna call you like by your name.
Yeah, I don't like Oppa either. I don't like aegyo. I don't really like Oppa. Maybe it's because I was born here, but that it's
Maybe.
kind of, it's a lot, you know.
Sure.
True.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone has
Yeah.
a preference, right?
But I would say I'm on the same wavelength with Andrew. Like I think I actually really like just calling my partner babe, and when they call me babe, like I like that. That's perfect. Nothing more, nothing less. I think if they decided to become a little more creative and come up with nicknames, like that's fine. But I would feel bad because I don't think I can reciprocate that. It's just not my beat, you know.
True.
오빠 밥 사줘. Sorry.
잘하는데?
Next question. Okay, so do guys discuss women as much as women discuss guys?
Yeah, 100%.
Really, I would say no.
I would say no as well.
Oh, as much as girls?
As much as women talk about guys.
Oh, yeah, no, 100% then.
Yeah.
The guys have their fair share of talking about girls too, but not as much for sure. Because girls will be like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna believe what Josh did to me last weekend. Oh my god, he invited me out for dinner.
What did Josh do? Josh didn't do anything, bro.
And then we went out for such a nice romantic date. And then we did this. And guys would be like, "Oh, we just went out for a steak."
Nah, bro, that's cap. That's cap. If you went on a date, bro, you already know me and Andrew would be like, so what'd you do? What happened? What'd you say? Honestly, I think guys talk about women more than women think. But when it comes down to like, I think the time length of it, I think women probably talk about it longer than guys do.
Yeah.
And like more, I guess, like they would talk about more about like, what do they think? What are they feeling? Do they think it's going to work out? What are their expectations? Stuff like that. And I think guys are more kind of like, what happened? Sick.
What happened? Shit, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, guys, this was part 1 of the questions women want to know about men but are too afraid to ask. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be part 2 of this segment.
Yes, sir.
Also, if you guys have any additional questions that you want to ask us, make sure to let us know on Instagram.
Don't forget to check out our other episodes on our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. Follow us on Instagram at the Young and Finch. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, all that good shit.
Shout out to Cass.
Shout out to Sumin. Shout out to Louise at SecFan. And yeah, thanks for the support, guys.
Yeah, thanks. It really means a lot.
Yeah. And we'll catch you guys
Love you
next
guys.
time.
See you next time.
Peace.
잘 가요 내 소중한 사람.
안녕 내 사랑 그대여.